Good morning. It is day 4. The Purple Madness continues. I only want to see you riding on the purple train. And today we're doing a deep dive and explore of the new Farringdon Crossrail station. And obviously to do that, I'm starting my day here at Barbican. So look, that's the eastbound service on the Met Circle. This is Hammersmith and City on the westbound. And on this westbound platform, the abandoned platform's there. If you turn around, right there, can you see, is a lift-only entrance exit to the Elizabeth line. This takes you round here, through here, and there is a lift. It's a little bit secret. If I was doing secrets of the Elizabeth line, this would be, which I'm not, this would be an obvious candidate. I'm going to want that one, -3. What's interesting about this is that on an early edition of the tube map, the proposed tube map, Barbican had a connector block to the Elizabeth line along with Farringdon. On the actual tube map that's been released, I think it's coming out this side, Barbican has not been shown to have a connection, but this lift, as you can clearly see, as I'm exiting now, takes you, you can tap in on the gate line of Barbican tube station and come out here into this area, into Farringdon Crossrail. Okay, so what you've got back up that way is the eastern end of Farringdon Elizabeth line station, and all the signs to that do say Barbican. The artwork on the wall, by the way, there's a plaque, it's called Spectre. Isn't that a Bond film? I like that, but that takes you to the Barbican end of Farringdon station. There's then 2 gate lines, 1 ticket hall, 3 escalators and an inclinator, no, funiculator, travelator, diagonal lift, whatever you want to call it, that brings you into the concourse area where the secret lift to Barbican tube station comes out, and then 2 escalators and another fun angled lift you to come down, and that brings you out to here. You'll note here, as we found out at Tottenham Court Road yesterday, that you can't walk all the way through down the middle. That's just at Liverpool Street. So here at Farringdon and at Tottenham Court Road, this bit is kind of like blocked off. You can walk the length of the platform. But at Liverpool Street, as we'll see in tomorrow's videos, you can walk all the way down. That's the one where there's like 21 totems in a row. Link to merge, link to merge, link to merge. Walking along the westbound platform. Now we all know, as we learned in yesterday's videos, how long the platforms are, but I'm reliably informed that the platforms here at Farringdon are actually the longest. Because it's me and I love doing my least used stations, people have been making the joke about what's the least used station on the new 10 stations out of the Elizabeth line. Well, I'm not sure about that yet, but how about this? I'm willing to bet that the most used station will be Farringdon. In fact, it will go up in the National Rail OOR statistics because you've now got the Underground here and Thameslink and the Elizabeth line. So it's a good bet that this will rise dramatically. Farringdon station will rise dramatically in the OOR station statistics. And here's a little thing on the signage here. Can you see Farringdon, way out that way, gets a National Rail symbol for Thameslink and stuff, and the tube roundel for the tube station. But the Barbican way out, down that way, doesn't get a little tube roundel. It's like they don't want you to know that you can get to Barbican tube station via the lift down that end. But you can. So at the western end, there's a little exit passageway there, but we'll go down this passageway here because I think it leads to the same point. I think this bit will be blocked up. Yeah, this is like the centre part where you can't go down, but do a 180, you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 totems in a row, and then the inevitable long escalators. Sorry, just to note that the eastbound platform is there, those 3 escalators are there, but the lifts, 2 of them, a pair, are just off in this little corridor here. So there are 2 lifts at the western entrance exit of Farringdon station. Now this is a feature that I'm just about to go and do. The best way to connect from Tube and Thameslink down to Farringdon Crossrail. But it's great when you meet someone who I've met before. This is Richard. Met you on Marston Vale, right? And you've just done what, Richard? You've got a hot tip. What's your hot tip?
Well, the hot tip is just watch the person going into the lift here, and you can get directly from the Thameslink platform to the Elizabeth line platform level by just 1 lift.
Rather than what, going through sort of gates and stairs?
No stairs, no escalators, nothing. Just 1 lift.
All the way down?
Correct.
Wow, something very, very interesting has just occurred to me. Before I go up there, there's steps and escalators up there that takes you up to the National Rail concourse. Northbound Thameslink is there, so you can just go straight through here at Farringdon from northbound Thameslink onto the Elizabeth line. But I'm thinking, hang on a sec, Thameslink goes beyond the Oyster fare zone system. What if you're on a paper ticket? What if you've come from, say, from Bedford, whatever, or you've come up from, say, like Gatwick or Brighton into Farringdon on a paper ticket? There doesn't appear to be anywhere to touch in Oyster to take you down to the Purple train. I think TfL are going to have to install Oyster validators here. So there's a lift there, that's lift D, but that's not, there's only one, so that's not the two we were going. What this is the northbound Thameslink platform, where there's this huge medium-sized purple Elizabeth line roundel there, which is nice, but this, as you can see, is where you connect the Thameslink trains heading north. So if you want to go to the Elizabeth line on the northbound Thameslink train, be at the back, I think that's an 8 car, it is because it's a St Albans, be at the back of a northbound Thameslink train to be right by this way in here to the Elizabeth line. If you're on the southbound side, you're pretty much going to come in over there and then you walk up and over the steps, be at the front, go through the ticket hall and then down the steps. But what I want to do really importantly is how to change from the tube to the Purple train. So I'm outside both the tube station and the National Rail / Elizabeth line station here at Farringdon. Remember, there's no toilets on the trains, but there's plenty of loos around here at Farringdon. And this is interesting because from here you can cross from the tube across this paved area here to the National Rail Liz line station. And the reason why that is relevant is because I think, and we're going to test it now, that is the official change route between the tube and the Elizabeth line. But I'm not going to do it myself. Instead, my friend Louis, hey. When did we last do video? In
Berlin. In 2018.
Yeah. Point to the corner when Jeff met Louis. But also, hilariously, you got on the national BBC News on Tuesday because you were on the first train with me at Abbey Wood, but you got interviewed.
Transport line in a city like London opening, it probably won't happen again in my lifetime.
You were like on the 9 o'clock news or something?
I was on the news before you. I was on the morning news, I think, BBC News at 1. And like the web video they also did, so everybody was like, you're on the news.
Are you happy to see how convoluted, by following the official signage, it takes to change from the tube to the Elizabeth line here at Farringdon?
I think we're going to bring a lot of pro skills and interchanging here to people today.
Well, you're good, because people often ask how I know you, but you used to work for Citymapper, right? Years ago.
NTFL.
And then you had a stint at TfL. Who do you work for now?
Exactly. I work for Abbey Parking, which helps you find.
What?
I'm plugging. Which helps you find, understand all the parking rules around you. But also hi to all my friends and former colleagues at Citymapper and TfL.
I might edit that bit out.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'll leave it in. Right, let's go and tap in. Right, so imagine you just got off that train and you wanted to go from Farringdon Tube Station to the Purple train, and you're going to follow the official signage.
Let's go.
Off you go. So there's the first sign there, right?
I have to go out. I have to go, 1 minute already. This is fun.
Uh-huh.
Curved operators.
Yeah.
And now to the typical architectural feature, the transition from the station-specific design here on the walls to the cladding, grey cladding that you see on all the core Elizabeth line stations. You're on the left, Jeff.
How are we doing for time?
2:37. I really love the totems. It's such a cool design feature. So yeah, we roughly 3:30 because we stopped to chat here, but we were, within walking. We had the station, the platforms on site.
And have you seen the magnificent cross passage, which is just this wide cross passage?
Oh no, I have not.
With nothing else going on, it's just an enormous cavernous cross passage.
That takes you just from platform
to platform, yeah. All right. Oh, I'm going to dip down as well. Welcome to the floor, Louis.
Okay, I'll do it for you. First time I do that.
We'll get the next train. Thanks for walking the connection.
My pleasure.
I feel that it's a classic case of TfL, like at other tube stations, they want to direct passenger flows in a certain direction.
Yeah, crowd control.
And all that, which is obviously the sensible, correct thing to do. But we all know that, like at other tube stations, like at King's Cross or Oxford Circus, you know, if you go against the signs, there might be a quicker way. And I suspect here at Farringdon, it's probably quicker to go from tube via the Thameslink platforms down to the Liz Line
Yeah,
platforms.
because then you get onto that escalator we arrived on, and you don't have to tap out and back in.
But as a bigger point of view, this is the fascinating thing that we're all now discovering over the next few weeks, which is, well, where are the shortcuts? Where are the passageways? And there'll be conversations in pubs and dinner parties all over London where people go, oh no, if you get off the back and then you go down that corridor, then there's a thing through to there, and that's what's now going to...
We have to learn and remap.
We've got to learn and
Yeah.
remap it all in our heads. How's your remapping going?
I totally went to the wrong end of the train this morning.
Well done.
Yeah, so yeah, having
Where
to...
that? Where was that?
Tottenham Court Road, took it off at Farringdon. I was like, I mixed it up in my head. You know, it was like 180 degrees wrong.
And I got confused because I forgot at Whitechapel there's no entrance exit at the eastern end, and I was at the back. There's only the one way in and out of Whitechapel, and I had to walk the entire length of the platforms. Anyway, look, a train.
250 metres.
I know, which also takes 3 minutes. A train's just come in, so we'll have a shot of us leaving on a train.
Exactly.
Let's get the purple train.
Go.
Yusuf, give us a wave. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Could you say thanks for watching, press subscribe and all that?
Thanks for watching. Press subscribe, hit that bell. You know, all of the typical sing and dance.
Thanks, Lou. Bye, everyone. See ya.
This is the train to Paddington.